Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Today we're going to start by answering the first question that I saw on the screen. Luisa wants to know, where is the what the fuck parrot? Here he is. Oh dear, where did he go? Ah, there he is.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together where we create connections between ourselves in our city, Puerto Vallarta, ourselves in our state and the country, ourselves and all kinds of curious animals that we find on YouTube that amuse us. We have the what the fuck parrot. We have the evil laughing parrot. We have the pooping iguana. No, the farting iguana. And we have the pooping bunny. And I'm always looking to find other interesting animals. Do we have anything else that we've added? Not lately, but I will look for more curious creatures to bring into our repertoire. There was absolutely no specific reason to unleash the what the fuck parrot today. I just figured we're happy to please. Although Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner, and we are definitely going to need the what the fuck parrot for that. But before we go there, let us take a quick look at the news. Today is Labor Day in Mexico. We're going to have a special we're going to have a special feature that I put PETA to work this morning, so we have a little bit of an explainer on Labor Day, or Día del Trabajo. We have news that we snatched from Banderas News. We have an interesting bit of news about the Labor Day parade and other updates. Let's just get going with the news. And we haven't seen the catapult in a while. What did I do with the catapult? Oh my goodness. Remember the catapult? Boing. When we figured people needed a way to get from one side to the other. Well, we haven't had as much caca water as we used to, Brian, and that's why we haven't seen the catapult in a while. And now that they're closing Basilio Vadillo, will they get rid of all the caca water problems? I don't know, but we need like suspense music for that. Let's see, where did the suspense music go? I don't know where the suspense music go. Let's just go with the news. That's what we're here for. And I'm going to get going on this. Today we start with kitties, although Luna is going to be jealous because she could be the poster child for this news items. Banderas News published an update from PuRR Project, and this is the local nonprofit no-kill feline shelter just north of Puerto Vallarta, in case you wish to check it out. As you know, whenever we get interesting newsletters from local associations, we think that newsletters are a great way to spread good news or important news. So I'm always happy to reference these newsletters whenever possible. We also learned, thanks to Banderas News, that GoFundMe is coming to Mexico. GoFundMe, of course, as you know, is a community-driven fundraising platform with a mission to help people help each other. Parenthetically, when I started Coffee and Headlines, I figured, well, I could go with GoFundMe, and at the time it seemed way more elaborate and sophisticated and complicated than what I needed, and that is why I went with Buy Me a Coffee. And Buy Me a Coffee, as you know, continues to be my preferred fundraising platform. If you're out there creating stuff that you are looking to get funds for, and want to know more about Buy Me a Coffee, just let me know. Of course, another important difference between the two, by the way, is that GoFundMe seems to work better for specific one-time situations, whereas other things such as Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee are much better for ongoing support. But I'm sure you didn't need all that information, or maybe you did. What do I know? Moving right along, every May 1st, Mexico celebrates Labor Day as usual. And I put PETA to good use. And for those of you that don't know it, PETA stands for Paco's Inflatable Digital Assistant, who sometimes messes up Spanish pronunciations, by the way. But take a look at what he came up with.
May 1st, according to Article 74 of Mexico's federal labor law, is considered an official day off and applies to all workers, banking entities, and educational centers. This day is commemorated with the current objective of promoting human rights in the world of labor and reflecting on the value of human work. Do you know how this day originated? Labor Day is officially celebrated in 80 countries and unofficially in many more. It was instituted by the Socialist Workers' Congress in 1889 in Paris. It emerged as a tribute to the so-called Martyrs of Chicago. According to history in 1886, thousands of workers in Chicago were already tired of being exploited by the companies they worked for, so they decided to speak up and begin to defend and demand their labor rights. So they decided to take to the streets of the city and demand an 8-hour workday, the right to strike, freedom of speech and association, as well as to have a job and a fair wage, the abolition of child labor, the regulation of women's work, as well as decent and safe working conditions and Sunday rest. Although sadly, many of them died in the attempt. In Mexico, in the year 1913, approximately 25,000 workers held the first May 1st Workers' Parade and demanded the implementation of an 8-hour workday from Victoriano Huerta, the president of Mexico at that time. Over the years, this number gained shape and strength. But it wasn't until 1923 that President Alvaro Obregón proclaimed May 1st as Labor Day in Mexico. However, Mexicans had to wait until 1925 for President Plutarco Elias Calles to establish the celebration officially, with the promulgation of the political constitution where the rights of workers were recognized and protected by law. Article 123 of Mexico's constitution establishes some of these guarantees. The creation of such an important article is due to the influence of Francisco J. Mujica, a Michoacán professor. The federal labor law was also enacted to regulate labor relations between workers and employers. Currently, the Ministry of Labor is responsible for monitoring and enforcing compliance with these standards in workplaces, as well as promoting and supporting organizations for work and self-employment, organizing and operating the State Employment Service, providing free legal assistance to workers and unions that request it, and representing them before labor courts.
Boy, that was an abrupt ending, PETA, but that was lovely. Thank you very much. But here's the interesting twist. Let me put this up on the screen. According to Rafael Llerena, who is the General Secretary of the National Committee of Workers Association in Mexico, there will be no parade this year in Puerto Vallarta due to security concerns. Security concerns. I wonder what these politicians know that they're not telling us, that they are not interested in going on a parade this year. But what do I know? As you know, there's always security concerns wherever you go, and Puerto Vallarta is no exception. Let us take a quick look at the weather forecast just to see what's going on out there. Jesus ziplining Christ. It is sunny. That's what Snarky Weatherman has to say. It is 26 degrees right now. Humidity is at 61%. And our forecast for today says mostly clear skies throughout the day, a high of 29 and a low of 19. Tomorrow we can expect a humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 29 and a low of 17. And Friday will be humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 18. And there's more. Let me just set it up. Pirim pum pim boom. Let us start with this one. Vallarta en línea reminds us of the PuRR Grill Festival. This is a special event that is going to take place this coming May 5th at the International Convention Center. There will be music, games, tastings, activities for children, and a bunch of carnivore chefs grilling. Yum. And do we need to start saying this already? Mexico does not celebrate Cinco de Mayo. We'll have an explainer video if necessary, but it's just no big deal here in Mexico. I thought you would want to know. Now, when the word entitlement comes up in conversations, we frequently look up, as in north of the border. But please know that entitlement is alive and well in Mexico, and we celebrate it with lords and ladies, not Karens, lords and ladies. These are obnoxious people that think that their shit doesn't smell, that they are high above all others, and this is why we call them lords and ladies. And why do we feature them here in Coffee and Headlines? Well, because we can. Why not? It gives us some sense of amusement. The latest addition to the collection by way of social media has been dubbed Lady Cinemex. Apparently, this woman decided it was perfectly okay to have a lively conversation during the screening of a film. And when people asked her kindly to be quiet, she got ugly, to the point that even movie theater employees had to come in mid-film to kick her out. So if you wish to see Mexico-style entitlement in action, there is a video, and you'll find it if you follow the link to this news note in the show notes, which will be published in a little while. Also, I wanted to let you know that if oysters are your thing, you should drive out to Tehuamixtle this Saturday to enjoy the 4th Oyster Festival in this relaxed Cabo Corrientes town, where 2,000 people are expected to show up and treat themselves to some tasty dishes. Of course, Tehuamixtle is only a few minutes south of Maito, another popular beachfront destination for locals. Also on Saturday, there will be a performance by a local band called The Pleasant Uprising at Mariel's bookstore in Plaza Parota. And to learn more about it, one of the band members will be joining us this afternoon in the spotlight. And I'm looking forward to this interview because I know nothing about the band and have been curious about Mariel's bookstore since they opened. It's on the second story at Plaza Parota. And they seem to be having all kinds of events. And of course, as you know, the Spotlight is an online talk show that we produce featuring local event organizers wanting to spread the word about their upcoming events. I mentioned yesterday that we had to update our watch page links due to the glitch that we had the other day. So if you plan on watching the Spotlight this afternoon, please make sure to check the show notes today or the event on Facebook so that you can actually connect with the proper website address. And with all that said, let me turn over to Chit Chat. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Good afternoons and good mornings. Thank you so very much. Oh, some of you have wonderful names. I think so. Brian, good morning. I hope we're still having lunch today. Please let me know. And let's see what else we have. Amiga Luisa playing with the farting iguana. No, I don't like those visuals, thank you. But I'm going to visit with Luisa in Guadalajara in July, and I am so looking forward to that. Thank you for your good wishes, Liz. It's always sweet to see friends of Coffee and Headlines acknowledge local celebrations. And, whenever possible, we're happy to explain them. Oh boy, do I have something special prepared for Mother's Day. You're going to love it. Let's see what else we have. What? This is not something we do in Mexico. Does anyone else remember the May baskets we gave friends when we were young? Oh, how fascinating. I don't know anything about this, Karen. But I'm curious. If you wish to share some details for those of us that don't have that tradition, that would be fascinating. What was in those baskets? Were they... I never heard of this. Fascinating. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Vicky says we made paper baskets for flowers in school. Was this because of Labor Day or was this because of something else? Mind you, I forgot to put together a little feature that I was going to put together about the month of May. Maybe I'll mention this because the month is a whole month long. There is a great classical piece that is called Now is the Month of May, and it's one of the pieces that we've done whenever we look at dirty songs, because it is a classical piece, but it's fairly dirty. I'll explain that sometime before May is over. And Albert says, are you still here, Albert? When are you leaving? Albert says, went on the Ara sailboat yesterday, and it was a wonderful way to say goodbye to Puerto Vallarta. I highly recommend this to anyone who wants a different way to enjoy PV. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Muffing is having a quickie at the office despite the fact that it is Labor Day. I think you should just have a day off, Logan. I'm going to be working all day long, of course, because Luna says I should. Carlos, it is great to see you. Carlos offers excellent massages in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. If you need a good massage, he has great hands, and trust me, I've been between them. Ow! Oh, good Lord, I even blushed. Let's see. Paula adds, every May Day, we gave many baskets to the boys in the neighborhood with flowers, I suppose. I really need to learn more about these baskets. I love a good basket. I may say so. I can't believe that I just said that. I love a good basket. Yes, I do. What the hell? Mark says, I figured out why they celebrate Cinco de Mayo up north. It's easier to say than 16 de septiembre. That is almost funny. That is funny. That is funny, Mark. It is cute. I like it. Of course, it's two completely different celebrations, but what the hell? Who's counting? Vicky says, I have Cinco de Mayo to celebrate spring and give me reason to share a margarita with friends. Vicky, I am so sorry to learn that you need a special celebration to enjoy a margarita. Whenever I want a marge, I just go out and order one. Let's see. Albert is leaving tomorrow. Oh, but you'll come back soon, will you not, Alberto? Let's see. In my house, May 1st was a combo of recognizing human labor and welcoming spring. I love it. Oh, wow. This is okay. A person would hang the basket on a person's door, ring the doorbell, and run because the friend had to chase you and give you a kiss. I have no idea what the story is behind this. I will have to do some research. Oh, I would love to institute this. I would love to trade baskets with people that will also kiss me. I don't mind that at all. I really don't. Dan says, I think May 1st is the point, the halfway point between the spring and summer solstice. Then the Catholic Church added it to their religious calendar, and it became a day with a queen crowned and dancing around a maypole. Oh my God, this is getting metrosexual. I love it. Let's see what else. My goodness. Yes, Angelica is right. Cinco de Mayo is celebrated in Puebla, but it is not a national holiday. We'll get into that. I'm already putting PETA to work. And this is correct as far as I know. Cinco de Mayo is a USA made-up holiday by the beer companies and Taco Bell, of course. And I suppose this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Yes, we have to prep for this afternoon's spotlight, which I am trusting will go on without any incident. I'm going to make sure that I push all the right buttons. So, this is what we had for today, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Tomorrow is Thursday, but not Music Appreciation Thursday, but I will be working on next week's Music Appreciation presentation. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to see some of you this afternoon for the Spotlight. If you want to learn more about this band and you want to spread the word about the new show that we're putting together to get to know more about what's going on in the city. And don't we like those kinds of connections? I certainly do. Have a great day.